I am Chandrakant K. Bhange, Assistant Professor of AISSMS IOIT in ENTC department. Wireless LAN. I am making this topic for BENTC student. Let's start with the introductions of wireless LAN. Wireless communication is one of the fastest growing technology. The demand for the connecting devices without the use of the cables is increasing everywhere. Wireless LAN can be found on the college campus, in office building, and in many public areas. Before we discuss the specific protocols related to the wireless LAN, let's talk about them to in the general. Architectural comparison. Let us compare the architectures of the wired and wireless LAN to give some ideas of what we need to look for when we study the wireless LAN. Let's discuss about the medium. The first difference we can see between the wired and wireless LAN is the medium. In wired LAN, we use the wire connections host. In wireless LAN, we not use the wire connections. In switch LAN, with the link layer switch, the communication between the host is the point-to-point communication and full duplex communication. In wireless LAN, the medium is the ear. The signal is generally broadcast. When host is a wireless LAN communication with each other, they are sharing the same medium. In very rare situation, we may be able to create a point-to-point communication between the two wireless hosts by using a very limited bandwidth and two directional antennas. Next is the host. In a wired LAN, a host is always connected to its network at a point with a fixed link layer address related to its network interface card, NIC or a co. Of course, a host can move from one point in the internet to the another point. So in this case, its link layer address remains the same, but its network layer address will change. See the wired and wireless LAN connection. In wired LAN required the switch. In wireless LAN, it required the ad hoc network. So one is the IP, AP that provide the connections, wireless connections. So isolated LAN, the concept of the wired isolated LAN also differs from that of the wireless isolated LAN. A wired isolated LAN is a set of hosts connected via link layer switch. A wireless isolated LAN can have an ad hoc network. In wireless LAN, technology is a set of hosts that communicate freely with each other. The concept of the link layer switch does not exist in wireless LAN. Next is the characteristics. There are several characteristics of the wireless LAN. A LAN that either do not apply to a wired LAN or the existence of which is negligible and can be ignored. We discuss some of these characteristics here to pave the way for discussing the wireless LAN protocols. Attenuations. The strength of electromagnetic signal degrades rapidly because the signal disperses in all directions. Only a small portion of it reaches the receiver. The situation becomes worse with the mobile senders that operates on a batteries and normally have small power supplies. Interference. Another issue is that a receiver may receive signals not only from the intended sender but also from the other senders if they are using the same frequency band. Multipath propagation. Next characteristics. A receiver may receive more than one signal from the same sender because the electromagnetic waves can be reflected back from the obstacles such as the walls, the grounds, or the object. The result is that the receiver receives some signals at a different phases. This makes the signal less recognizable. Next characteristics is the error. With the above characteristics of the wireless network, we can accept that the errors and the error detections are more serious issue in the wireless network than in the wired network. If we think about the error level as the measurement of the signal to noise ratio, we can better understand why error detections and error corrections and retransmissions are more important in wireless network. We discuss SNR in more details. If the SNR is high, it means that the signal is stronger than the noise, so we may be able to convert the signal to actual data. On the other hand, when SNR is low, it means that the signal is corrupted by the noise and the data cannot be recovered. Next is the access control, maybe the most of the important issue we need to discuss in the wireless LAN is the access control. How a wireless host can get the access to the shared medium. The Ethernet uses the CDMA/CD algorithm. So in this method, each host contends to access the medium and send its frame if it finds the medium is ideal. If the collision occur, it is detected and the frames is sent again. Collision detected in CSMA/CD services serves the two purposes. If the collision is detected, it means that the frames has not been received and need to be resent. If the collision is not detected, it is a kind of the acknowledgement that the frames was received. The CSMA/CD algorithm does not work in wireless LAN for some reasons. To detect the collision, a host needs to send and receive at the same time, which means that the host need to work in a duplex mode. Wireless hosts do not have the enough power to do so. They can only send and receive at one time. Next is the hidden station problem. So because of the hidden station problem, in which a station may not be aware of the another station transmission due to the some obstacles or the range problem, coefficient may occur but not detected. In diagram shows the examples of the hidden station problem. Station B has a transmission range shown by the left oval sphere in the space. Every station in this range can hear any signal transmitted by the station B. Station C has a transmission range shown by the right oval sphere in a space. So every station located in this range can hear any signal transmitted by C. Station C is outside the transmission range of the B. So likewise the station B is outside the transmission of range of C. Station A, however, is in the area covered by both B and C. It can hear the signal transmitted by B or C as shown in the diagram. The hidden station problem may also occur due to the obstacles. So assume that the B is sending the data to station A. The middle of this transmission station C also has the data to send to station A. However, the station C is out of B's range and transmitted from B cannot reach the C. Therefore, C thinks the medium is free. Station C send the data to A, which result in a collision at A because of this station is receiving the data from both B and C. So in this case, we say that the station B and C are the hidden from each other with the respect of A. Hidden stations can reduce the capacity of the network because of the possibility of the collisions. The distance between the stations can be great. Signal finding could prevent a station at one end from the hearing a collision at the other end. So IEEE 802. Project has defined the specifications of the wireless LAN called the IEEE 802.11, which cover the physical and the data link layer. It is sometimes called as the wireless Ethernet. In some countries, including the United States, the public uses the term Wi-Fi as the synonymous of the wireless LAN. Wi-Fi, however, is a wireless LAN that is certified by the Wi-Fi Alliance. Architecture standard define the two kinds of the services, the basic service set and the extended service set. In basic service set, the AP is there as the building block of the wireless LAN. So basic service set is a set made by the stationary or the mobile wireless stations, and the optional central base station known as the access point AP as shown in the diagram. So BSS without an AP stands alone the network and cannot send the data to the other BSS. It is called as the ad hoc architecture. So in this architecture, station can find a network without the need of the AP. They can locate one another and agree to be a part of a BSS. A BSS is an AP is sometimes referred to as the infrastructure BSS. Next one is the ESS. It is the extended service set. Extended service set is made up of two or more BSS with AP. So in this case, BSS are connected through a distribution system, which is the wired or wireless network as shown in the diagram.